Hello and welcome to our flip video lesson, Who Made a Difference? Lesson 6.03. Our lesson 6.03 details your Human Odyssey reading pages. You have none for today. Your student guide workbook pages 173 to 176, and then the chart on page 168 to 169. You do not have any assignment for today, and then we're continuing on discussing Confucius. So our lesson learning objectives: recognize that individuals have exerted great influence in history, and summarize the work and influence of Confucius. Lesson introduction: Who made a difference? Can one person make a difference? History tells us that the answer to this question is yes. So you're going to go ahead and turn to your student guide and look on page 176. You will need a pen and pencil with you today, and you can even grab some colored pencils or some light markers if you would like. So go ahead and take a look at this chart on page 176. You'll see there's Confucius there. You can use your drawing skills and you can draw a picture of Confucius in that middle circle, and then you can go ahead and fill in the boxes. You can either use my wording or you can go ahead and go back through the lesson and use your own. You will most likely want to pause this video to go ahead and complete this chart. So influenced by: he was born into a poor family. His mother was a peasant. His father died at an early age. He was born during the time of political turmoil and moral decay, and had a love of history. So he knew of China's glorious past. What he believed and taught: the secret to a peaceful land and good life was good personal character. To live well, a person must be a gentleman who fulfilled his duties. Loyalty was important. People would be happy when they led a good life. Good conduct was the basis for good government. Orderly society depended on 5 different kinds of relationships and behaving properly in those relationships. And he emphasized the golden rule. Who he influenced or affected: he served as a teacher, spreading his ideas. He tried to work in government to bring positive changes. And he is remembered today as, or because, his ideas and ideals resulted in the philosophy of Confucianism, which is still influential in East Asia and elsewhere today. He is remembered for the Analects of Confucius, a collection of wise sayings. And so Confucius, if we have that little bubble thought and we think of a few words or a phrase that would coin or describe Confucius, Confucius regarded concern for others. And so his dates were 551 BC to 479 BC, and he was known as Great Master Kong, Confuzi. So again, you can go ahead and pause this flip video to fill in this chart. And then you can turn to page 168 and 169 in your student guide. And there's another chart that we'll continue to fill on as we work through this unit, comparing religions and philosophies. So if you go ahead and take a look at Confucianism, you can fill in these with your own wording, or you can again pause the video and you can use this information to fill in the chart. Who founded it? Confucius and his followers. When was it founded? After Confucius's death, which was about 479 BC. So during his time, he was not known for this movement. So he didn't realize what an impact he had on people's lives or on the future while he was living. What are the principal beliefs? The secret to a good life is personal character. To live well, a person must be a gentleman. An enlightened ruler sets high standards for his own behavior. An enlightened ruler acts virtuously. Families should set an example for all of China to follow. Family obligations are important. The key to good behavior and good government is concern and respect for others. Good conduct is the basis for an orderly society, and treat others the way you would like to be treated. What are the principal sacred texts? The Analects of Confucius. And in what geographic regions does Confucianism predominate today? Confucianism continues to influence millions of people in East Asia, but it is a philosophy and not a religion. Therefore, it is possible to practice any religion and still strive to uphold the ideals of Confucianism. And then roughly how many followers of Confucianism are there in the world today? And so you can go ahead and look above and see that many are followers, not a specific number, but there are many in East Asia and even around the world that do follow Confucianism today. So again, there are no reading pages for today's lesson. Important vocabulary words to understand. I just chose one for today's lesson just to make a little bit of an impact. Wise, having or showing experience, knowledge, and good judgment. So here we come to our quote section. The greatest success is successful self-acceptance. And that was said by Ben Sweet. Thanks so much for joining me today. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Have a great day.